Well, turning now to the new footage shared today of the deadly officer-involved shooting back in April on Oaks Avenue.
The video shows the struggle between an officer and 42-year-old David Menton that resulted in Menton's death. We want to warn you, this video is disturbing.
Don't resisting! I'm not resisting. Put your head behind the back now. Can you guys stop?
In the video, Superior Officer Ibrahim Carson arrives on scene looking for a wanted person and yells at Menton to stop where he is. Menton turns and runs as Carson chases him. The two then struggle on the ground, where the video becomes harder to follow as Carson's body camera falls into the snow. Carson repeatedly yells at Menton to stop resisting, and Menton yells at Carson to get off of him. Shots are then fired, which Chief Winterscheid says cannot be heard on camera because the audio could not register such a loud noise.
Well, Northern News Now, Sophia Lauber continues our team coverage tonight. Sophia, it sounds like this portion of today's press conference was especially intense.
Yeah, Lauren, Dan, that video led to a lot of protests from family members and loved ones here today who stood up and interrupted the news conference. One member of the crowd was asked to leave, and David Menton's mother actually stood up to address Chief Paul Winterscheid directly.
You know, he was shot in the back of his head. He was down on the ground. So please, I am hurt.
Vicki Menton's anger and sadness over her son's death was echoed by shouts of protest from the crowd at Tuesday's press conference. Many questioning why less lethal means weren't used. Police Chief Paul Winterscheid explains less lethal options are not required depending on the threat and the time officers have to respond. He also confirmed the gun recovered from the scene was found underneath Menton.
Things like a taser, they have an approximately 50% failure rate. So our officers aren't going to flip a coin with their life.
But that was of little comfort to David Menton's loved ones. His mother reflecting on the moments she said goodbye to him at a funeral home.
I must have hugged him for, I don't know, 30 minutes. I don't know. You know, I was just hugging him and kissing him because I could not stop. I can't believe this is happening to him, you know. And I asked God why, you know.
Winterscheid expressed sorrow and shared his condolences, but also said the officer had to fight for his life.
No police officer goes to work hoping they're going to shoot someone, or police officers do go to work expecting that they're going to go home at night.
Vicki says she hopes for the truth and for justice.
He doesn't deserve to die that way.
I am very sorry.
There is a justice for him, and I hope you would do your job.
Ultimately, the Douglas County District Attorney's Office, not the Superior Police Department, will decide if this was a justified use of force or not. The DA's office just received the findings from the state's investigation yesterday. Live in Superior, Sophia Lauber, Northern News Now.
Sophia, thank you. And as you just heard, there are just newly released findings released to the District County Attorney's Office. We'll be following the investigations on both of these shootings. Download the Northern News Now apps for those updates.